Hello kids, I am Priyanka and I'm back again with my new chapter Uncle Podger Hangs a Picture. Jerome Kalapaka Jerome. Jerome Kalpaka Jerome, 1859 to 1927, is a comic writer and a humorist. He is best known for his comic travelogues like Three Men in a Boat and Three Men in a Bundle. The present story is abridged from a chapter in Three Men in a Boat. You never saw such a commotion up and down a house in your life when my Uncle Podger undertook to do a job. A picture would have come home from the frame maker and he standing in the dining room waiting to be put on. Aunt Podger would ask what was to be done with it, and Uncle Podger would say, "Oh, you leave that to me. Don't you, any of you, worry yourself about that. I will do that all." And then he would take off his coat and began. He would send the girl out in sixpence worth of nails, and then one of the boys after her to tell her what size to get. "Now you go and get me my hammer." "Well, he would not. He would shout, and you bring me rule, Tom. I shall want the step ladder, and I had better have a kitchen chair too. And don't you go, Mary, because I shall want somebody to hold me tight. When the girl come back, she must go out again for a bit of picture cord. Tom, where's Tom? Tom, you come here. I shall want you to hand me up the picture." And then he could lift up the picture and drop it, and it would come out of the frame. He would try to save the glass and cut himself. Then he would spring round the room looking for the handkerchief. He could not find his handkerchief because it was in his pocket of the coat he had taken off, and he did not know where he had put the coat. All the house was leave off looking for his tools and start looking for his coat, while he would dance round and hinder them. "Doesn't anybody in the whole house know where my coat is? I never came across such a set in my whole life. Upon my life, I didn't. Six of you, and you cannot find a coat that I put down 5 minutes ago? Well, all of the then he could get up and fix and find that he had been sitting on it, and would call out, "Oh, you can give it up. You can't give it up. I have found it myself now." When half an hour you have been spent in trying up this finger, and new glass has been got, he would have another go. Two people would have to hold the chair. A third would help him up on it and told him there. The fourth would hand him a nail, and the fifth would pass him the hammer, and he would take the hold of nail and drop it. There he could say in an injured tone, "Now the nail gone, not nail gone," and we would all have to go down on our knees and grovel for it. The nail would be found at last, but by that time he would have lost the hammer. "Where's the hammer? What did I do to the hammer?" Great heavens, seven, you gaping round there, and you don't know what I had with the hammer? Unit 2. We would find the hammer for him, and then we would have lost sight of the mark we had made on the well, where the nail was to go in. Each of us had to get up on the chair beside him and see if we could find it. We would each discover it in a different place, and we would call of all fools, trying to reach a point 3 inches beyond. What was possible for him to reach? The string could slip, and down he would slide onto a piano. At last Uncle Podger would get the spot beside fixed, and he put the point of the nail on it with his left hand and take the hammer in the right hand, and with the first blow he would smash his thumb and drop the hammer with a yell on somebody's toes. Aunt Maria would mildly observe that the next time Uncle Roger was going to do hammer nail into the wall, she hoped he would let her know in time. She could then make arrangement to go and spend a week with her mother while it was being done. "Oh, you woman, you make such a fuss everything over everything," Uncle Podger replied, picking himself up. "Why, I like doing a little job of this sort." And then he would have another try. and a second blow and the nail could go clean through the plaster and the half of the hammer after it. Then we would find the ruler and the string again, and a new hole was made. About a midnight the picture would be up, very crooked and insecure. There you are, we should we would say, stepping heavily off the chair on the charm cons and surveying the mess he had made in the evident pride. Why some people would have had a man in it to do a little thing like that. Thank you.